there's no question. I mean, it really makes you strong. I mean, if you want to be strong and you want to live a proactive life, why wouldn't you do this?
Of course.
What do you think are the barriers to this, and how can you address them? I mean, the human psyche, sort of the possible resistance. I mean, how do you address those issues?
I think the life is in a marathon. If you're starting in a new company like 23andMe or like Mondobiotech, I'm sure the Linda has the same problem. Every day you have to do something new that the person, they don't believe you, they don't trust you, and you know, so it's no problem. It's like a marathon. You know, it's 40 kilometers. You have to run in your time, and 1 kilometer after the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth. It's not a sprint. And a company in the biotech field or in healthcare field, it's in a marathon, it's not in a sprint. So you don't reach the goal shortly in 100 meters. And I think with the company, they are too much under the pressure for the analyst. They need a sprint from quarter to the quarter. And it's unrealistic because anything change from quarter to the second quarter. We make some change in 1 year, small change, because you cannot change the world in some months.
Yeah, and I think people who have rare diseases are ready. They're looking for answers, and so I think it's a nice convergence of people who are looking, and then we're here to provide some answers if we can. So I think a lot of that, the fear of the unknown and just the uncertainty of what this is, I think is sort of overtaken by people just wanting to find solutions. And so I think that's another nice synergy that we have with your communities and with what we're doing, because people are a little fearful sometimes about accessing their genetic information. What are they going to learn? What are they going to find out? But when people are diagnosed or they know they have something going on and they haven't found a solution yet, this gives them a potential to find some answers. And so that's what we're here for. And certainly we understand that people have some reservations and maybe some things that they want to think about first. And that's why we're also here to provide them any kind of information or support that they need in order to make a decision to do something like this. Because we realize it's not something they decide every day. And it's a new concept of accessing your own genome. And it kind of hits people sometimes and they have to take a step back and think about it. But, I think people with rare disease, they're out there looking. And it really targets the right audience for this.
To break it down to my personal situation, I am genotyped by this beautiful company, and when I asked our children, do you want to be genotyped last year? They said, no. That's actually communication. When I got the data on the internet and show them what you can do, you look where your mother, your father come from here and there. Wow, this is cool. I mean, it creates a lot of interest, okay? Not only for being carrier of this, that, or that gene which may cause disease, but also going into the positive way to show very interesting things, really. You go now, I personally go almost every day and look what's new, what can you find out. So it actually also comes to communication on a very personal way to show people what it's all about.
It's an education process too.
It's education.
Because everything that is new, you need education. If you don't need, it's not new. It's just a copy. And it's a big difference to be innovative. I think you go back on the concept. To be innovative, you have to create something new. And what we create is really new because the person, they didn't trust you to begin, and you need time to education, to inform, to support. If you've rechanged one product, you make a beautiful car in another design, all people agree to you because it's not new. It's just a restyling. It's a big difference.
Yeah, and what Dorian's saying is so true that once you hear it from someone you trust, and if it's coming from a family member or someone who's sort of the pioneer in the family that went ahead and got their data, you see it, and then you see it from the context of your father or your sister, your brother, then you want to be part of that. And the way we've built the tools is that you can then share information with people that you trust, friends and family, and that just adds to the experience. And then we have a community now where people are putting up information that they're wanting to share with other people in whether they have something in common about their ancestry or they have something in common about a disease they have. This is now where it makes it very human and very real, and it feels very alive. And so it's a very dynamic experience, and that's what makes it I think, truly exciting for people when they want to sign up. It's not a static website. There's new information all the time. So I'm glad to hear that it was.
Absolutely.
It's really starting from Science 2.0 because it's share information on the web.
They're fun. That's right.
I think it's the starting for the new generation of healthcare. Science 2.0 is exactly it is. I can share my gene with you if we like, not because we
You're not
need.
obliged.